okay, when can I see it again? Can I right now? Can I go right now? No? I have to wait 2 goddamn weeks? Hey, Steph Koza here, and today we're talking about Shazam. I'm so excited to talk about this movie with you. My God. Okay, here we go. I'm not even gonna fuck around right now. Shazam was so good. I just... Mwah. From the trailers, I was like, okay, this movie could either be really fun, pretty good, or like just absolutely terrible cheese fest, just blah. But I will tell you, this movie has not been advertised nearly as well as it should have been because it is so good. I had a smile on my face the entire time, almost the entire time, and when I didn't have a smile, it was supposed to be that way because of the moments that occur. This movie is so surprising in so many ways. Okay, we're gonna take a step back. I'm just really excited. So Shazam is the next movie in the DC universe, which has been a little rocky. You know, we gotta admit, it's been a little bit rough. Wonder Woman was good. Aquaman, people liked it. I still don't really like it that much, but you know, we're on the right track to something. They're kind of figuring it out. But this movie, this is it. This is the moment that DC figured out how to do the thing. It's just such a good formula. This movie, I'm just all over the place right now because I want everyone to see it. I want you to go see this movie. I'm sad that it doesn't come out for 2 more weeks because I want everyone to see it so I can talk to everyone about it, and I want to see it. I want to see it again. I saw it at a screener and I was like, okay, when can I see it again? Can I right now? Can I go right now? No? I have to wait 2 goddamn weeks? This is a movie that I'm going to buy immediately, watch it over and over again all the time. Also on Christmas, because you could argue that it is a Christmas movie. There is some Christmas in there. There's some Santa Claus. Throw it in there with Iron Man 3, the Christmas superhero movies. But basically this movie is the story of a kid named Billy who gets the powers of Shazam, who, if I'm sure you're probably familiar with by now because a lot of people have been talking about it, was originally called Captain Marvel, and there's a whole fun legal story behind all of that, but technically he was the first Captain Marvel. And technically, this movie is way better than Captain Marvel. Just saying, okay. So he gets the powers of Shazam, which turns him into Shazam, this guy who's a Superman-ish person. Very Superman-like. They're almost the same person. And there's a whole other legal thing about that, if you want to read about it. It's kind of interesting. But basically, this kid becomes a Superman sort of type. And it's just like a weird, quirky, like classic teen movie about this kid, suddenly an adult, kind of like Big. It has some serious Big vibes. It honestly just had a very classic, like Steven Spielberg sort of feel, like where the cast is primarily kids and they're going on this sort of journey and it's fun, but it also has a lot of heart and emotion, and it's like this coming of age story but with superheroes. It has such a classic feel to it that I know is going to live on. Like, this is sort of a timeless movie. Especially because they play a lot of homage to the original comics, which are in that very bright, classic comic book feeling, which is super different from everything else in the DC cinematic universe so far. Everything has been really dark and really gritty, and this is like pops of color, super saturated, really fun. But also, I was very surprised to see that it's also very cinematic. Like, it's not just like some goofy, haha, bright colors sort of comedy movie. Like, it has some really good production value, some very beautiful cinematic moments. And while it is very fun and lighthearted, it is also super dark. This movie takes a turn, and there are some super dark, like, visual moments, very graphic. Most of that is due to Mark Strong, who plays the villain in this movie, who is, my God, thank God that Mark Strong got this moment to be awesome. He is such a good choice for a villain, but he just never gets the right part. Like, he's always given these shitty parts in shitty movies. But he was so good in this movie, my God. He is such a great villain. He has such a great backstory. He's not just like your cookie cutter comic book villain. He's very cool. Also incredibly evil. Super evil. Like Joker in the Dark Knight level of evil, like just relentlessly murdering people all over the place. And like you see him murder people. It happens right there. A lot. It's awesome. He's just so evil. So he was really fun. Zachary Levi as Shazam. What? I think this is probably like the best superhero casting. He's like the equivalent of Ryan Reynolds to Deadpool. Like Robert Downey Jr. to Tony Stark. Like, this man is Shazam. No one else could have done this. He is perfect. Honestly, I think the casting in this movie all around is just really good. Like, everyone worked perfectly. The characters all look like the characters in the comic. 100% exactly the same. Like, they just found these people that look like these people, and they're so good. And there are some other casting choices later in the movie, which is a spoiler, and I cannot tell you what it is, but the casting is great. I think Zachary Levi and Jack Dylan Grazer have a great chemistry on screen. Like, it's kind of funny to see, like, this little kid and Zachary Levi, like, being bros, but it works, and it's so charming and cute and funny, and I just love the way they interact with each other. They're so, so good. And Asher Angel, who plays Billy as his, like, kid form, was also really good. He isn't, like, at the forefront of the movie, since it is primarily Zachary Levi as Shazam, but he is in it, and he was also pretty good. He was pretty good, but not as good as Zachary Levi, who was great. There are also some great nods to other Warner Brothers franchises sort of sprinkled within the movie. There's a great nod to Mortal Kombat that just, I cheered. The whole crowd cheered. There were a lot of moments like that, actually, where, like, something huge would happen and everyone in the theater was cheering. I would say like at least 3 or 4 times in the movie that happened. Because there are some really cool moments. Some moments that gave me chills, some moments that were just badass, some moments that had some great surprises. There are some really cool surprises and twists in this movie that I obviously cannot tell you, and I'll talk about them in my spoiler review. There's some stuff that happens in this movie that is so good. It's so good. Oh my god. So many fun surprises. It had heart, it had emotion, it had growth and change. It was funny. It was relatable. Basically everything that Captain Marvel was not.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
It was also just a very fresh superhero origin story, because the story of Shazam is a little bit different than any other superhero movie. It is a little bit more funny. Just the situation itself is funny. And it's almost like a twist on Superman, because Shazam is basically Superman. They have the same powers, pretty much the same except for who they are personally. So it's just sort of like a fun, lighthearted twist on Superman, and it's very refreshing and very fun and super unique in this world that's just filled with superhero movies. It was very refreshing. I feel like I'm in the distracted girlfriend meme where I've got like Captain Marvel over my shoulder and then I like look over there and I'm like, Shazam! Hey girl, how you doing? Damn girl, you looking fine. So good. I absolutely cannot wait to watch this movie again. Like, you don't even understand how much I want to watch this movie again. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. You don't even know how good this movie is. You don't even know. You just don't. The trailers did not do this movie justice, okay? This movie, it's great. It's so great. Okay, what do I rate this movie, guys? I think it's hard because obviously there are some parts in it that are a little bit cheesy, but it almost gets away with it because the whole concept is kind of cheesy. It's a kid inside an adult man's body, essentially. And that's funny. And so he's gonna say some cheesy things, and some cheesy things are gonna happen. And it's almost forgivable because it's just a weird, silly concept. This might be a 5 out of 5. I have no complaints. It was really fun. I'm mad that Mark Strong can never play Lex Luthor. That's a downer, because he would have been great. But he was so good in this movie that it doesn't even matter. You know what? Fuck it. 5 out of 5, bitch. This movie blew me away. I was so surprised. I can't wait to see it again. I'm going to watch it a million times. I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray. I'm going to put it on this shelf behind me, front and center. I love Shazam. Fight me. Honestly, I would be very surprised if anyone doesn't like this movie. Like, honestly, it's just checks all the boxes. It's like a classic movie that you just could not dislike. It's just so fun. It's so much fun. Okay, I'm just gonna stop because I'm just gonna gush about this movie for like 30 minutes if I don't stop myself now. So, thank you guys for watching. Let me know when you guys see Shazam what you think about it in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. I really want to talk to some people about this movie because it was so good. Look out for my spoiler review, which will be coming soonish, probably more around the release of Shazam, because I don't want to spoil anything before it comes out, obviously. But that's it for my review. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Steph Koza. Be sure to subscribe if you like this video. Be sure to like it if you like this video. Be sure to do all the things that you normally do. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.